How are you, friend?
Seen better days, seen worse days, so not complaining. What about you?
Still a little fucked up since about Saturday, but otherwise I'm alright.
How did it go? Well, for those who don't know, why don't you tell what Saturday was?
Mm, I'm having grapes, so excuse me. I have
Hmm,
bad eating habits, so I'm trying to make it so I eat at least at every meal.
makes sense.
Anywho, so Saturday we went to a speed dating blindfold thing,
Hmm.
which started an hour and a half late, so I was already starting off the night pissed.
Yeah, you didn't seem too happy when you were texting me.
hmm
But I
But
told you to be optimistic. Did it turn out any better than it started?
you want the long version or the short version?
Whichever you want to give.
It's not really an answer. Um, I feel like it went okay until I made a mistake at the end. If that
Uh-oh. What type of mistake?
okay, so to make a long story short, ooh, do I need to add background to this? Do I need that background? No, I don't need that background to this. Anyway, so the way they had it set up was it didn't start to 9:30 because niggas didn't show up till like 9:15.
What time was it supposed to start?
8 o'clock.
Hmm.
I'm there 7:55. I see nobody in there. I'm like, is this how
But
people get?
that's your fault though, because you always want to be a little bit early. You gotta understand when you're going to a nigga function, you gotta think like the niggas think.
I didn't know it's gonna be niggas. I just know the place was owned by niggas.
Okay.
But
So
there was
you
niggas of
you
every.
get there.
I get there. I'm the only one there except for 2 to 3 dudes. They're the people who run the thing. So I'm like, am I about to get kidnapped? Should I leave? Shonda, this is where I am. I'm going to die. No, because for a good 5 or 10 minutes, I see men in the back room talking. There's one dude in the front. I'm like, this seems very suspicious. Then 3 girls come in, no more people till like a half hour later. Then another girl comes in, and then there's a swath for Negroes of every.
What was it like you had to sign up or like was it a pre-register type thing or it was just like we're having speed dating show up here at this time?
It was a pre-registered thing. They had it on their website. They had it on their Facebook. $20 ticket.
Mm.
I assumed for both men and women. It wasn't one of them trying to get all the girls. And even I think at one point there was more girls than guys, but I'm not 100% sure.
Mm.
Anyway, the shit was very weird. For one, if I got COVID, I know I got it from.
You know which person it was?
No, because the way they had it, you're blindfolded and you're supposed to ask you like you remember I sent you a questionnaire, right?
Hmm.
So the girl's supposed to ask a guy a question, the guys ask a girl question. Problem is these niggas want to have it where you have club music in the background. So now
Oh gosh, now you're yelling over everybody trying to hear what the answer was and hear what the question was. I
it,
hate that.
and on top of that, we're blindfolded and there's not enough guys. So sometimes the girls had nobody ahead of them. So in order for you to tell that somebody's ahead of you, you got to touch their hand.
Mm.
And on top of that, to hear them, you basically got to be on their shoulder, your forehead on their shoulder.
See,
So
this is why I didn't want her to have her daggone Nintendo Switch. I told her don't plant nothing over here. And now it's just mad random shit back on my island.
I thought you cleaned up your island.
I did. I cleaned it up. I built some new shit, built new houses and everything. And now she got her she came off a restriction. So she's been able to play. And then lo and behold, she just been dropped mad stuff on the floor, just mad random things that shouldn't even be here. Like, why is there a t-shirt and an art easel just in the middle of the town? All of these flowers I picked up and I had sold them because they didn't look good right here. Why are they back here? Like, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Just a
So
random ass art easel for no reason. Like why do you even that how does that even help you in the game? Like it doesn't. Child.
just
All
because
right.
we're talking about this game for a while, I'm kind of curious. Does that game actually have an ending, or is it just like forever going on and on?
No, it's like you build in your town and stuff. Like you build your little You live on an island. You can visit other people's islands. They give you like little challenges to help you build up money. With the money, you can buy things and like divvy up your island, make your island look all nice and whatnot, like stuff like that.
Oh, so like a city builder game, but smaller.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. But it's hard sharing an island with her, bro. It's just so hard sharing an island with her. I like my island to look a certain way. It's just like with Minecraft. She'd be wanting me to come play Minecraft with her, and when I would play with her, she would just be doing all this extra shit. I'm like, oh, this looks good right here, mommy. No, you're just gonna not do that. Go to your world and do that. All right, I'm sorry. So like they didn't have like first of all the fact that they had music playing in the background, like already I would have been annoyed because I hate having to what you say, and I hate having to repeat myself, and I hate people having to repeat themselves, and I hate having to listen to them try to say the same shit twice. So that would have like really just been like, yeah, I'm good. Like that, me personally, I know my mood. Like that would have been enough for me to be like, I'm not gonna have fun at all. Like I've decided that this is just not gonna be fun.
I mean, since I'm just going to accept that your terms are now in my head because of your influence, not for nothing, I haven't probably did a date thing in 6 years or so, and I think I did well with their questions.
Really, like I've never done it before, but what, what was your overall like takeaway from the night?
I think the blindfold speed dating part was a good idea. It's just the follow up to it was trash.
What was the follow up?
Because it's not. So I most of my idea of speed dating comes from like TV shows. Like I'm watching Girlfriends,
Mm-hmm.
Love Jason on UMC, which is now all black, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
So my idea was you would at least have an idea. You would have like a name tag, or they would give you some means of identifying people. Because if you have a blindfold on, you don't know who the fuck this person is. And yes, we usually exchange names before the conversation. But if you talk to a good 16, 12 some odd people,
Mm-hmm.
like I can remember some of the stuff about their lives, but their name, since I don't got a face to put to it, is kind of like whoosh.
Right. Right.
And then they want first they did the whole blind speed dating thing, and then they want to do some tantra shit where you're supposed to stare into somebody's eyes and then have a group discussion about.
Whoa, wait, whoa. That's a lot going on there. What?
You understand why? After some point, I'm just like, y'all so weird,
First
niggas.
of all, y'all started way too late to be trying to do some namaste shit at the end. Like, no, you obviously showed me this is cookout terms, so you should be handing out, plates of food wrapped with foil. Like, what is?
They were offering wine, but I'm like, I live like 20 minutes away, and there's cops patrolling.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Hmm.
Well, did you at least meet anybody worth giving a second thought to?
And this is where the fucked up part that's been racking my
Uh-oh.
Saturday. So for the most part, it's like it showed me that I very much better at talking to girls in like a non-friendship stance. So would that be an expectation than I thought I was? So plus
Mm-hmm.
that area. Um, One person was probably the best bet because she kind of read me and I didn't feel uncomfortable about it. Like even the whole figured out bisexual thing about me saying the damn thing, but I was like, okay, you caught me. But
So
better.
how did that make you feel, like being read like that?
It was weird because I had a blindfold on, so it's not like she looked into my eyes and figured something out. And I don't think she knew me, even though, oh my God, 2 or 3 people said my voice sounded familiar. That was scary as shit.
You should just been like, so you listen to podcasts?
I don't know because it's definitely not
It'd
homework.
be funny as hell if it'd be so funny if like they'd be just like listening, like I knew that voice. Like I knew that voice sounded familiar.
So
Ew, AJ got roaches in her house.
you have roaches on that
No,
game?
I said AJ. AJ. Oh yeah, and on the game, yeah.
I
And you
know.
could like step on them.
What doesn't this game have?
I mean, it's a cool game. Her apartment, her house is so booty. Like she
I
got.
thought she was homeless, living on the beach.
Nah, she had a tent. She upgraded, but that's about all she got. She ain't got like. She don't have like the recipes to make the cool tools and stuff like that. But that's because she hasn't been able to play. And then even when she does play, she spends her money on dumb stuff. There's these things that Aunt had got off of. I don't know where he got them from, but you're supposed to plug them in, and it brings your electric bill down, and it actually worked. It brought our electric bill down like $50, I think they said.
Hey, what's it called?
I don't know. When we finish, I'll text you a picture of it. But yeah, we put one. It's one in my dad's room, one in my room, one in the basement, and maybe like two in the second floor. I know it's one in the kitchen and maybe one in the living room. But it brought the bill down a lot. I was shocked because usually you just be buying shit and it'd be like, yeah, it sound good. Like it sounds real good. So it must not be working, but it actually worked.
But
Which
yeah,
is dope because people don't never turn shit off in this house and it's so annoying.
it's a big ass house.
I feel and exactly, and I feel like all I do is walk around turning off lights and yelling at people for leaving lights on. But anyways, so we were talking about the girl who read you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
we got a name.
it's really like the only name I remember I could put a face to. I think. I think.
So like at the end
Oh,
of the thing, were you able to like unmask yourselves, or it was just like a
it was one of them weird things where you was told to unmask. Oh, here's the other bullshit. They had blindfolds
uh
that were bandanas, and I found out my head's too damn big for a bandana.
oh.
I was like, how did my mom even give birth to me?
Like I must have cut her open. Like she needed a stitch or two after this one.
Yeah, because I was even looking at my old glasses that I found. I'm like, I can't fit these glasses anymore. Like, how is my head still fucking expanding? I'm in my late 20s.
Like I don't know if you remember like back in the day when people used to wear like the actual fitted caps and like they had like sizes in them and like I remember there was this guy he couldn't like his hat size was so like big and he felt bad about it that he used to like get a smaller hat and then like get a hat his size and then take the tag out and stitch the smaller tag into the bigger hat
That's it.
so like people wouldn't get on them and shit.
You need to accept yourself at that point.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. But all right, so go ahead.
So, one read me, I felt, I was very weird that I just openly said, yeah, bye, don't really care. I was like, this is like one of them things I feared about somebody finding out, but I didn't give a shit.
And you just gave it to her right there. Like, bitch, take me as I am.
Yeah, and okay, so from what I remember, because so many people, so many lives, and of course you saw my fucking question. No, I changed it. I changed it to what's something of your childhood that defines you or something like that. So so many
My
answers.
question would be something like, how many friends do you have? Like, that's what that would my question be. And then they'd probably be thinking like, oh, I should tell her I got a lot of friends. They'd be like, I got a lot of friends. I'd be like, all right, bet, mark that nigga right off the list.
That's what also pissed me off. It's like there was no list, there was no means to like if you wasn't gonna be willing to hunt down who you talk to, it was a done deal, and that was my issue.
Yeah, no, that's a lot. I mean, it sounds overwhelming, honestly.
It
Like
is.
it sounds like something that if I were to do it, it would be just to like to do it like on some like this is fun type shit, not like on some like I'm seriously trying to find, someone to kick it with. Like you know what I'm saying? Because it just seems like so much like, you actually put thought into your question. I would have been overwhelmed and would have been like, so if you had a cat, what would you call it? Like I would give the least amount of effort. But I guess that's what I do when I'm really overwhelmed. But
I mean,
it
I
just
put an effort in, and I figured most dudes probably gonna ask some janky ass question anyway. So let's have.
were the dudes that were there janky looking like, or
Um,
did it look like respectable men? Like, or was it like
Some of them niggas was immature as fucking. Maybe
were
that's
they?
Once or twice, I literally got asked what my age was. I was like, is it because these niggas are immature? I seem old. What's happening here?
And did they answer that?
Huh?
Did they answer that when you asked?
No, they asked me that.
No, I'm saying like, did you ask them that back? Like, well, why are you asking? Is it because I'm coming off more mature? Or, you know what I mean? Like, because I honestly want to know.
They gave us 2 minutes to ask questions and respond.
Oh no, is that usually how it goes?
Well, usually there's a time limit, but it's like you got this loud ass music. I have to be.
The
It's cold.
music already is like giving me anxiety.
My main anxiety thing was I am like forehead to forehead, damn near with people, smelling whatever their hair is, whatever they put in their hair, because we're that damn close. And I'm thinking, I really don't want to get a COVID test tomorrow.
Yeah, COVID for love.
But yeah, long story short, show was a good match. Told me that she could see as best friends or whatever, but
She says she can see you as best friends.
yeah, I hope, but I know what you. I was fine with that idea because you know what, I probably need a best friend more than I need a girlfriend at this point in my life.
Well, sometimes you just gotta accept what not necessarily accept, but understand what is, you know what I mean, what the universe is presenting to you. But if she like if you felt friend vibes, or if you felt vibes of like, the fact that you were able to read me and it didn't hurt my feelings or it didn't make me feel away, maybe I do need to have you in my life in some capacity. Or maybe it wouldn't hurt to see if you're a fit in my life in some capacity.
And originally that was the idea, but then my mind went left and said, When I in my mind, my feelings got into it. I'm like, somebody read you, you didn't feel offended. It's like when I
It
went.
was just like, this gotta be love.
I don't know if it's love, but it's like an intense feeling. Like when I went to not my grand, I keep calling her my granddaughter, my goddaughter's birthday, and my friend's friend hugged me, and I got all up in my feelings about it. It's like I just need like I think the mind just wants a secure connection at this point.
Yeah, I definitely understand. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm trying to make this long story so short, but it's such a struggle
I
because
mean, listen, take your time, get it out.
I'm going through it since Saturday. I'm talking about
But
how.
what do you feel that was making you quote unquote go through it? Like where is that feeling coming from? What was the driving force behind that specific
Specific
feeling?
issue, which is my heart's trying to make regret number two in my life, is once it was over, homegirl said, I don't know, was it come find me, some other shit. And I was like, first of all, I don't, the way it was, girls were blindfold first and guys blindfold second, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after the blindfold is off, I don't know which one is. So I decided, let me get away from the main area, go toward the other area. I'm just standing there, I guess as you can say, in the cut.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, who was it? Was it this one? Because I don't want to be bouncing around asking, are you, are you?
You better than me. I would have been like, yeah.
But you have to remember, one-on-one, I can be extroverted. In a group, I am an introvert.
Oh yeah, that's very true. But like, what was the method that the setup was supposed, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you going off of the setup, okay, so you guys sit, you guys talk for 2 minutes, you blindfolded. Okay, so then afterwards, like, was there like a card that somebody leaves, or you write down a name?
No,
Like, it wasn't how
niggas
are you
ain't that
supposed to identify them?
organized. These niggas
Mm,
ain't that organized, which is kind of what made me like, what the fuck? Was this all just a setup so that y'all can talk about your businesses and shit? Because it turned into
mm.
some straight up clubhouse shit afterwards. This is my job. This is what I do, yada yada. I was like, yo,
You it basically was like y'all niggas didn't have enough invites. You didn't have enough clubhouse invites to get this party started on the phone. Like, you had to do this shit in person.
during COVID, getting us all potentially sick, not
I
doing no.
mean,
I'm just like, so much risk taking.
all
But
right. So
yeah,
back to the thing that made you feel away, like you were saying, because you couldn't find her. Like, and she said, "Come find her."
I don't. And here's the thing, because no, and this is why I used to talk to you about how much I hate the fact that I don't have like friends like you do with Rob.
Mm-hmm.
My memory's already warping what the fuck happened. So I'm like, I'm assuming this is what happened, but of course I'm
Oh,
trying
I'm
to.
the same way. Yeah, I be making shit up in my head so fast. I mean, that's exactly what happened. You don't remember? You'd be like, that never happened. You sure? You was there. You sure it didn't happen? You bugging. You bugging. It's you. You're tripping. So I get it.
And of course, my mind, you know, I compartmentalize. It's me, my mind, and then my emotions, which I just say is my heart. And my heart was going off about you should have said something, you should have. I was like, nigga, our agreement was I was going to try this shit. I did not say I was going to go all out like you want me to.
Yeah, you was beating yourself up.
Mhm. Because I think there was one girl that's probably her because I just think it was. But at the same time, it's like, I see you, you see me. You was the last one to see me. I was blindfolded. Can you guide me? Could you not make me like? Can
I
you?
think that part would be so annoying, like super fucking annoying. Because how I'm still trying to understand how were they expecting for this to work out? Like if you're speed dating or you're trying to meet somebody for like or make a match with somebody, aren't you supposed to have like a card? Aren't you supposed to be able to like leave like a little something with, I don't know. I've never done anything like that before, so I don't know the protocols of it, but
That's the
it
way it
just seems
is.
like
In shows and movies, that's usually how it is, where there's a card so that whoever organized it, they would send you contact information or some shit.
yeah, I don't, I'm so confused.
I'm too. I mean, it was a fun experience. I'm like, oh, look at you. You know how to make strangers smile and shit. Look at all you could have done in the last 6 years. But I was like, yeah,
Look at all of this potential that you done held to yourself.
that's the way I'm feeling about it. But at the same time, it's still like, hmm. I realize I could be very good at dating, but I just don't want shallow relationships.
Oh man, who are you telling? I think right now, well, I was just thinking this honestly, like when you get to the end of your 20s and then like into your 30s, everything becomes more um like the surface stuff, it doesn't do anything for you anymore, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you've seen enough in life to understand that okay, that's cute, but can I tolerate you, you know what I'm saying? Like where's the deeper connection? Can we actually sit and talk for hours? Can we, you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
what is there? Because that everything else is so flyby, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially like for like people, once you cross the threshold of your 30s, it's like everybody starts to change, like literally, like you're in a stage, you know how you go, you got like when you're in your 15, 16, you're going through puberty, so it's like all right, these are the new things, now you look different, your voice drops, you got these things that these new factors that you have to take into consideration when you finding things attractive. And then when you going into your 30s, that's another threshold, because you got some people who don't make it to their 30s with their hair, you got some people who don't make it to their 30s with good eyes or good knees, you know what I'm saying? So like these things become a factor in what you see. So it's like I can't even just go off of the surface stuff. You actually have to find, can I fuck with you outside of this shit? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that's where I think the deeper connection or the desire for a deeper connection comes from. But then it's hard because you got so many people who, I think with social media keeps people in a shallow state of mind. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like they can't even show you if they have the potential to be a deeper connection because everything is so shallow based off of, you know what I mean, the social media factor. Like you get on social media, you got to look good, you got to do this. So it's like then I don't know, it just all becomes so odd.
It's like I was saying with one of the girls who hated online dating like I do. Social media has helped people perfect putting up a representative. So
Oh
now,
my gosh, yes, that's yes
now
indeed.
in me, I don't know if I'm a terrible liar or not, but I just don't have the time to make the effort to come up with a lie and stick to it.
Yeah, I that part, the effort, like I don't think that I like, if I'm not really going to sit here and say that I lie, but if whenever I even think about lying or putting on a front, it's just like, bro, you not even just a front, anything in my life you can pretty much attest to. It's like, do I feel like keeping this up, like maintenance? I really enjoy low maintenance because at
Mm.
any given point I could be like, yeah, nah, fuck that. So if I'm on social media lying about everything and then I just wake up one morning like, this is too much, fuck that. Like I just don't have the capacity for it.
And my thing also is one of the things you have to factor into the lie is how stupid do you think the other person is? And
That's
if
a
I
big
think
one.
they're dumb enough to fall for the lie, why the fuck would I want to
What
be
I
around?
want to do exactly. So it's like a little bit of like the respect aspect of it. Like If I feel the need to lie to you and I feel like you're dumb enough to believe the lie, obviously I don't respect you and your intellectual state. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That's why I know I'm gonna be pissed as hell when my goddaughter lies to me the first time.
Yeah, no, it really pisses you off when they lie. Like super pissed off. Because you really be sitting there like, beloved, what you think of me? Like
I tell you
I
everything
constantly
you
tell
knew.
my kids that.
Which leads to the question: you taught them everything they know, and they have the audacity to lie to you and think you're.
And I swear I say that. I'd be like, bro, you're very smart. Both my kids would be like, yo, you're very smart, but you're not smarter than me yet. So why would you think that that was gonna work? Like, why couldn't? And then the biggest thing for me is if you're gonna lie, make an attempt to make it believable. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, don't just hit me with the bullshit. Cause sometimes, like, I that's when I really get offended. Like, it's not even the fact that like just that you lied. It'd be like, bro, you couldn't have came with a better story than that. Like, that's the best that you could offer me. Like now you really trying to play. Like, and I swear I tell my kids is don't play me. Don't try to fucking play me. Just like that. Don't try to fucking play me
Mm.
because you're going to do a bad job at it. First of all, I was there before. I was your age once and I was much better at being your age than you are. So don't try it. And even just with people period, when people be lying, like if I care about you and you lying, it really hurts my feelings cuz it's like why did you feel like you had to lie to me? And if you feel like you had to lie to me, why did you know what I mean? Like you
Mhm, like,
obviously wasn't strong enough in the decisions that you was making that you had to lie about. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's like when people keep secrets from you. Like I
Mm.
have one friend who, actually, I should say most of my damn friends, they don't tell me shit until after it happens. Like if they end up homeless, one had a cancer scare. I'm like, why you keep? Why? How are you even my friend if you feel like you can't come to me with
Well,
this?
no, with the health stuff, I that part, I'm kind of like sideways about because I don't like people knowing anything that's going on with me until it's done and over with. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not feeling well or if I'm going through some type of what the hell just happened? If I'm going through some type of like health scare or something, because I don't want to, and I don't, first of all, I don't want people to be all, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Because that's not going to help me. And that's what a lot of people do. So I tend to keep certain things to myself because I don't need people like, I don't want to say pity, but like, you know what I mean? I don't need people trying to be quote unquote there for me in the way that they think I need. And then it's not helpful to me or it's more stressful to me. And it's like, yeah, certain health stuff I understand. Like, but even I have surgery once and my aunt texted me, she's like, why didn't you tell anybody you was having surgery? Don't you want your people there? And I'm like, it's not that I didn't want anybody there. It's just that I don't need to panic myself. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you share things with other people, they panic and then it in turn causes you to panic when you were dealing with it, you know, in a I don't want to say like an okay, but like a mediocre manner. Like you were pretty all right about it. You were towing the line and doing what needs to be done, but then you tell somebody and they, oh my God, you could do this and da, 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 and you're just sitting there like, bro, I know all of this shit and I really don't want to hear anything that you're saying because that's not helpful to me. You know what I'm saying? It could just be me, but
No,
when it comes to health stuff, I keep that type of stuff to myself.
I think I still operate on how friendships were in middle school, high school, and sitcom.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've been left that thought. Like I mean, I've been when it comes to friendships, I've had my tips with that. So it's like I've been understood. I mean, I remember my one of my middle school friends, which really fucked me up. Um, this is where I first learned the perception of people or like the understanding that the way that I perceive things versus the way other people perceive the way other people perceive things may not be on the same level. And it was like, um, I've always been outspoken. I have like, I'm not gonna say like I was a Jezebel or anything like that, but when it,
Jezebel.
yeah, like I wasn't like the whole of the group or anything like that, but I've always been the one to be straight up with it. Like, well, this is what it is. And usually the person with the strongest personality is looked at as like the fastest one, or the, the one who is more likely to be about certain type of activities type thing.
This is the
And
shoot.
yeah, no, it's it's like when you find out like the loud girl of the group is a virgin, and you're like, wait, what? I figured you've been around the block a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things. Well, um, my middle school group of friends loved them dearly. There was one who, she once we left middle school, we went to high school. I was really trying to hold on to those friendships, and they kind of wasn't given the same energy. So when I moved up here, it really was, if we were in the same town and we just had different schools, and you're not really giving the energy and the effort to maintain a friendship, then
Yep.
obviously the shit's going to die when you leave the state. So friendship pretty much died, and I really was trying hard to hold on to it because, like I said, I love these people dearly. And one of my friends in particular, like, I was trying hard to hold on to it because she, I thought, was a really good friend. But now that I think back about it, it's like maybe it was less about her being a good friend, more about just being a, 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 um, an important piece to the puzzle of our friendship. You know what I'm saying? Of our group. Because it's like, when I think back on it, like, one on one, were we that cool? You know what I'm saying? Like, we were all close in a friendship, and but like when I think back about the one on one shit, it's like I can't think of a time when we, you know what I mean, where it was like a genuine one on one bond. It would be like, all right, we have fun, we laugh, we joke, or whatever. It was just like a group of friends, like basically like you seen Girlfriends, right?
Yep, I'm watching season 3 now.
Okay, so it's kind of like we're all friends, but Tony and Maya,
Hmm.
except for like it wasn't like no beef or no shots like that. It just was like a, we're all friends, but then you probably wouldn't really see me and her by ourselves type thing, or at least that's the way that I remember it. But either way, I was trying hard to hold on to them friendships. I didn't feel like they were giving me the same in return. But when I moved up here, I got a phone call from the girl. She was crying. I'm like, "What's up?" We were like 16, and she was more so like, she had an image to uphold. You
Oh,
know, uh, comes from a good family. Uh, Parents had morals. Things like that. So it was like she was the type that I would say, she didn't go to a HBCU, I don't think, but she would have been the type like, oh, okay, you look like you come from prestigious HBCU parents, that type of,
hey.
but yeah, so she called me, she was crying, and I'm like, what's going on? And that's when she told me, like, I feel, and I'll never forget these words, bro. I called you because I know you're the only one that won't judge me. And I'm like, okay. And she was telling me how she had slept with somebody, and she, it was consensual, but it wasn't, like, she regretted it basically afterward because she felt like a hoe. And, I was the friend there. I sat there, I gave her the information. I'm like, listen, at this point, if I'm the only person that knows, then I don't know anything. It never happened. You know what I mean? Like, we'll take that route if it's going to make you feel better. But it let me know then that you only wanted to talk to me because you felt like I was out there like that, but I wasn't. So it was like, you know what I mean? She called me, and when she said that, like, oh, you're the only one that won't judge me because I was the loud, rambunctious one. They just assumed that, I was out here getting my shit bust open every day. And it was just like, nah, I don't be having sex. Like, that's not me, that's y'all. like I'm not out here like that. But again, that's it changed the way that I looked at the friendship. So it was just like okay. So you thought that I was the hoe. And you thought that you could tell me about your hoe shit because I was a hoe. No, you could tell me about your hoe shit because I'm a good friend, but I'm not a hoe. Like, I
there's
didn't enter my hoe phase until 2009, 2008.
there's something you said though that kind of hit me. It's something about if I'm the only person who knows and nobody knows. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
I feel like that explains a lot because the way that I'm kind of related to myself, you were no longer in the circle with the friend. Hold up. Excuse me. Yesterday. Hopefully not COVID from Saturday. So you one of the things I was thinking about when you were saying that and kind of relating to is the idea that because you're separated, you seem like the safe one. Because
Right.
you can't tell the other friends the bullshit because you have your own life. You are completely separated from them.
Mm.
So you kind of feel like a safe place to dump this shit.
I can see that. Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the struggle I had when it came to the whole mentioning earlier of not being told when someone's homeless, pregnant,
Mhm.
medical issues or something like that. Is because one, as you see, I'm extra as fuck and would have probably been like, "What do you need me to do?" And the second part is,
I can see you now. Like I will get every oncologist in the state to call you right now. You just be like, bro, calm down. It was a scare. I want to be there for you. I want to be that friend that you can call when you need, but I don't want you to. I don't want to be that friend that is just like I'm calling you because like I don't know how to put it into words. I don't know where the words just went. Like I don't want to be that friend where it's just like I'm calling you because I don't have anybody else to call. Like I don't know. That's not really the way that I'm trying to
I,
say.
well, the way I'm kind of pointing it is that you are somebody that's not part of my inner circle in that kind of way. Like
Mhm.
that's the way to put it. One of my friends,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
a dumping ground because I don't hang out with her sister. I don't hang out with her friends. I am a completely isolated friend from her group. So anything
Right.
she tells me, pretty much she knows because I don't know her people that well. It's not
Right.
to
It's
them.
one of those like who I'ma tell type of situations.
Hmm. And that's what kind of when you said if I'm the only person who knows and nobody knows, that's what kind of triggered me a
So
little bit.
yeah. But I mean that's really like for me, it was like when I told her that it was like like the way that she felt, like she was like in tears, she was distraught.
Oh my.
And like for me as a friend, it's like I don't want to see people that I care about feel like that. So let me go ahead and let you know, like, okay, if this is something that you don't ever want to speak of again, I never heard you speak of it in the first place. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like we and like I mean, granted, she lives a life, and I don't really keep up with her anymore. I mean, like I keep up with her what I see through her sibling actually. Um, but outside of that, like cause like my feelings were hurt, like super hurt after, you. It felt like with that group of friends, it felt like y'all pretty much just forgot about my existence despite me trying to hold on and but yet y'all still managed and it because at first I'm like, okay, maybe it's a situation of maybe it's a situation of because y'all are closer, friendships of proximity. But then it became more along the lines of like, yo, y'all aren't even that close, y'all don't even be around each other that much.
So
Y'all
the
aren't even that close. Y'all don't even be like y'all don't like physically y'all aren't in the same area. Y'all don't, you know what I mean? Like live in the same area. Y'all don't go to the same schools, but y'all still made it work. So why couldn't y'all make it work with me? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Hmm. I feel.
Yeah. It's just like I mean I get it. Like it was like one of the first of many disappointments, like when it comes to like the whole concept of friends and stuff. But like even to this day, like there's like out of that group of friends, like there's two friends. One of them I won't like it doesn't matter what I feel or like how angry I get. Like I remember like she moved to New York and I invited her to come to Avery J's birthday party. And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna come, I'm gonna come, I'm gonna come. And then the day of, she's like, oh my bad, me and my boyfriend got so whatever, and I can't make it. But like I was annoyed, but not necessarily mad. But because to me it's like, yo, when I really, really needed you, like even like in my adult years, you were there. So I'm not ever going to feel like fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like one thing that you look at with Boo is when shit hits the fan, can I call on you? And when I called on her, she was like, girl, come here right now. Bring your bags and your baby. Come on. So it's never going to be like a fuck you, but it does hurt sometimes when it's like, I wish that we could have been closer. I wish that we could have maintained that friendship, and I'm not a for show person. That's another thing that I've learned. Like I don't like to do things for the show of other people. If I see you in a group of people, or if I see you in a public setting, you know, I don't want to just boost you up there. Oh, I missed you so much. I don't want to do that just in the public setting, or because people are watching, or because people that or people that I know are watching. So we gotta I don't want to do that. I want us to, you know what I mean, be cool outside of all of that.
Goodness gracious, what is wrong with
Yeah, man. But I think I took the conversation somewhere else. I'm sorry.
no, we are definitely still on topic because you
Okay.
you already know that I do not like performances.
Yeah, no, like I really can't stand that. And it's not just with like friends, it's period. Like if like don't babe me when you're in front of people. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Like don't act a certain way just because we have an audience. I really don't like that, because like I'm the same way every in front of people and not in front of people. So, but it is what it is. People perform, but I just don't like it. Because my thing is always like, yo, you don't have to be here. Like, you don't have to be my friend. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like that. So it's like, if you don't want to like actually like be cool with me, then don't act like you cool with me when other people, or when you see other people thinking that I'm cool. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I hate that. I think right now, my biggest, like, not just right now, but like after the a couple of years of just like sitting back and reflecting and trying to like understand myself more, it bothers me to think that people are in my space or in my life that don't want to be friends, everything. Like I really genuinely I hate it, because it's like, how can I get the words for it? I hate it because it's like, you don't have to put on for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to pretend to be cool with me. You don't have to pretend to want to be around me. You don't have to pretend with me, because if I start, because like I'm not a pretender. I'm gonna give you the real me, and I don't want to give the real me to someone who doesn't really want to be around me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
it's
think
like wasting effort.
I think the way I'm processing it, like one of the girls at the thing said she's single on purpose because she doesn't want to feel like there is, how did she put it? She didn't want to feel like there was unnecessary effort to have or maintain a relationship. And I
That
think
part. That's a good way to put it.
I'm telling you, these girls was
They
interesting.
were spitting bars. All right, what you was about to say? I think what?
In the way I'm thinking that the way you're putting it is, it's recognizable that when it comes to relationships, friendships, romantic, whatever, there's going to be a certain amount of, eventually, there's going to be some kind of issue that has to be resolved. But if you're constantly having to deal with shit about forcing yourself to be around that person, force yourself to change or adapt or whatever, it's too much effort. It should be effortless that you can be with them, laugh, get whatever you need,
Mm.
and exit without having some kind of trauma,
And
questioning.
that's my thing right there. Not to cut you off, but I want to say before I lose, that's where I'm at. You know how you just said like you should be able to do it without feeling forced. Like, I don't like the feeling that people are. I don't like feeling like people are forcing themselves to be around me, or forcing themselves to be a part of my life. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
that feeling is like, it drives me insane, and it fucks with me, because it's like, you don't want to it fucks with me, because it's like, you don't want to push people away just because you can't read their motives. You know what I'm saying? Like, And that's where I'm at. Like I don't, the second that I feel like you are forcing yourself to want to be in my space, it's just like, bro, I'm good. Like, I'm good. I'm good. And sometimes it might not be the case. Sometimes it could just be me misreading how things are taking place. But at the end of the day, I just feel like I don't want anybody to feel to force themselves to want to be in my circle or in my, in my life, because it's like, if you gotta force yourself to, then you put an effort where it don't need to be put, and you just wasting your time and wasting mine as well. You get what I'm saying? Like, because
Yeah,
if you don't want to be my friend, you don't have to be my friend. And you don't have to act like you want to be my friend when you genuinely don't want to, you know?
yeah, and I think that's what I'm kind of struggling with right now with my brother's wedding
Mm.
because it's like we barely talked for years. I haven't
When
seen
is it again?
his wedding. Like you was saying with the whole forcing to be, I was like, I'm thinking to myself now that you're saying that, like, what triggered the idea of putting me not only I have me only come to your wedding, but be a lead usher and all that. And I get,
Mm-hmm.
I'm his brother, the only brother he has for my dad and everything that we know of. But it's like all this time passed, and now you're asking for a major thing from me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like
Where is that coming from?
yeah, like, is it because our dad's getting old and if he dies, I'll come for the funeral, but that might be the last time we see each other? What did my dad push him to do this? It's like, and even my
Yeah.
dad, because me and him, I don't talk to him. There's a good chance he'll go months or maybe like a year or so before he ever decides to call me.
And that's another thing that bothers me. Like, for one, like, okay, take your situation, for example. For one, now you're hung up on the motive behind it. You know what I'm saying? And even if he gives you an answer, you're still probably going to be like, I don't know.
And
And
then
then
they go,
with your,
because you asked.
exactly, exactly. And then with your dad, it's like that whole relationship of, if I don't really reach out, then that's that. Like, I hate that. Like, I know that I'm the type of person that I'll hit you when I have something to say.
Hmm.
And then, like, I'm open about my pleasantries. I hate having, like, I don't like small talk. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I will literally call my homeboys from like years ago, like, you're checking in, you alive? Yeah, I'm alive. Bet. And then I won't talk to you for another couple of months. Like, um, my homeboy Joey, like, I literally call him maybe every 3 months. And then if he don't answer, I'll just be like, yo, just checking on you, making sure you're alive. Send me a text, say, yeah, if you are, holla at me. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the most genuine connections that I have with people. I don't want to feel like I have to hit you up every 5 minutes, but at the same time, I don't if I don't hit you up, we don't speak at all, then that's that. Like, it's like, damn, all right, fuck it. Like,
You want to know a very odd situation that happened to me a few days ago?
what?
Remember when I said I was cutting off like mad people just because fuck it?
Yeah.
One of them, I guess I didn't give them enough information, didn't say enough when they said hi. So they said, "You seem at odds with me. Is everything okay between us?" And I was thinking, did they listen to the podcast? Do they know things? But no, it's because I didn't say too much. So it's like, just got a vibe last time that you didn't want to talk at all. So I was just asking since over text is sometimes difficult to detect tone. I'm
Hmm.
And I'm just saying to myself, you and I are both introverts, and you're expecting me to be an extrovert so that it can make you more comfortable. It's like
That's
you
not
got,
fair. You'd have to, yeah. They have to set the tone.
yeah, like if you want to talk, like I need you to start speaking. If I ask you how you are, some type of shit, don't give me these online dating one two what answers. Start saying like
Oh
you actually
God,
meant
I
to have a
hate
conversation.
that. Exactly.
I'm not. One of the things I fucking hated when I was in middle school and high school, especially because I was low key a class clown, and sometimes when people came to me expecting me to make them laugh, like I am not a clown. Like Jill Scott said, I am a wood burning oven. I'm not a fucking microwave. You gotta warm me up if you want any type of good shit to come out of me.
Yes. Hold on, too much to ask. Exactly. I totally agree, 100%. Um, There was something else I was about to say that you had made me think of. Oh, I'm pretty much over the concept, and I say concept of treat people how you want to be treated.
Nah, fuck all that. I know how I treat people. That'll be fucking overwhelming for me. But elaborate.
All right, so I always revert back to like me losing all my friends because that was one of the biggest things that made me look at myself, right?
Hmm.
Relationships, queen of heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? I got probably like 7 or 8 broken hearts tatted on me. So it's like I would look at myself, but it's like, all right, I still have people. I still have my tribe. When I lost my tribe, it was like it forced me to really look at everything about my life. And I feel like now, like some of the work that I've put in on myself, that it's like I don't want to like I've really tried to treat people, or I really tried to treat people how I wanted to be treated, and I didn't feel like I was getting that in return. And then it's just kind of like, like how they say with the love languages things, like, okay, if your love language is X and I'm loving you like Z, you're not going to receive it. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So it's like me treating people how I want to be treated. I feel like people aren't going to look at how I'm treating them and be like, okay, okay, I can do this. I can do this. You know what I'm saying? Because people, like, you get so set into what you feel is acceptable, or what you feel like, this is what I'm giving out and this is that. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like how I say, like, help me in the ways that I need help. If you're going to offer help, help me in the way that I need it and not the way that is convenient for you. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? If I'm treating you how I want to be treated, you know what I mean? Take a look at that. Take a look at what I'm bringing to you and how I'm, maneuvering around for you, and then give me some of that in return. But if you can't do that, like I feel like most people aren't able to do that now because it's like that's not convenient for me. You know what I mean? I can't treat you how how you want to be treated, or I can't treat you how you're treating me because that inconveniences me.
Yeah, but I think when you relate that to the whole self-care capacity thing that we talk about often, that's kind of like the trade-off.
Mm.
Like you could have,
Elaborate.
we have certain expectations, certain desires that sometimes we speak about and try to hold people accountable for it, and sometimes we don't. But the fact of the matter is, we all want connections that are probably way beyond what most people want to give.
Yeah.
It could be because, like my case, I'm not close to family. I don't necessarily have much of a tribe. So anytime I connect with somebody, I'm overdoing it to try to make up the lost time. Shit,
Right.
the whole Saturday bullshit, me doing all that and sticking with is probably me trying to make up in 6 years and prove that, hey, I do know how to talk to girls and all that's just some shit in my life that's getting in the way. Me, universe, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Right.
And I think with the what you're talking about, the feeling is that I should be able to get what I put out because everything's a transfer of energy. But the problem is energy could be dismissed quickly.
Hmm.
And well, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. It's just my brain is not.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely riding with you.
And I think the overall what I'm trying to say is we're coming to that point, as you say in the 30s, where it's like, I know what I want, I know what I need. It's just I don't know how to not only get it, but to get it consistently and get it
Yeah.
consistently from people who are willing to give it back to me. And when they ask
Yeah.
something in return, they understand where what our relationship is and what I can actually give them.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you can't. One of the things I'm trying to learn, or at least starting to learn, is what you give people, they can't give to you exactly, but they give you something that's similar to it. Well, some
Yeah. Like you asking for Oreos, but they can give you chocolate cream sandwiches. Like
I was thinking more so you asking for oils and they can give you a sandwich. Like they can give you sustenance,
that's
they
what
can
I've
give
been
you
feeling
food.
like. Like I ain't got Oreos, but I got one Ritz cracker. You can have it, and I'll let you have the buttery side with the good salts. Like
Yeah, they can give you what you need, not just, but not in the form that you want it.
right.
Is that what you was thinking? Maybe am I off?
Yeah, no, you're definitely there. Like, I mean, I just feel like I just feel like I haven't. I don't know. I'm just seeing or really like stepping into the fact that like I can't treat people how I want to be treated, um, because I feel like I'm getting an unfair. It's like an unbalanced thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to be treated, like a queen, and I'm treating you like a queen, and you're treating me like, uh, I guess, a gesture. You can get your gesture on. You in the court. You know what I'm saying? Like you in the court. You got a crown. It ain't no queen crown, but it's got a little diamond in it. It's cute. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, all right. So then why am I? I gotta stop. I don't know, like they say, put the energy out that you want to receive, but I like even when I do put the energy out that I want to receive, I'm not receiving it back. So I'm at a point now where it's just like, treat you how you want to be treated, and then treat everybody else accordingly.
I get it.
I, I don't know. It's something. It's not ringing exactly 100% correct to me, but that's where I'm at now. Like I tried the whole let me, really like put forth effort into these, situations in my life, but I don't see that being matched. I don't see, like me being conscious of certain things. Like, okay, I know this might be a touchy subject for you, so let me kind of like navigate through it. Not this is just like, saying a hypothetical, not necessarily speaking about you, but this might be like a touchy subject for you, so let me just navigate these waters, a little more gentle than I typically would, because I understand that I don't want to rock the boat too much. I don't want to fuck you up with this. You know what I'm saying? Whereas people with me come like, ha, I see this is a touchy subject for you. I see your waters is a little, but guess who's rocking the motherfucker today? Titanic. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, fuck, bro. Like, okay, so we not navigating waters nicely. Like, I kind of navigated these waters gently for you, and you can't navigate them the same in return. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I definitely get where you are now.
yeah. So
It's like we used to talk about earlier in this series, how you are presenting yourself as honestly as you can, but they're stuck in a perception of what you can be for them.
yeah, and like I always said, because when I was younger, or in my late teens, I was known for having a bad attitude. And then once I got kind of out of that bad attitude, people would still approach me like I had this terrible ass attitude. And it's like, okay, first of all, if you coming at me aggressively because you think that I'm already aggressive, so like say I'm sitting here peaceful and you come at me with an attitude because you just assume that I had an attitude. Now I have an attitude. You know what I mean? Like I was ready to greet you with open arms, but you came over here smacking your lips, rolling your neck, and doing all that extra shit. Now I feel the same way. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I started to say to myself, like, you know, um, for me on both sides, you got to allow people to grow out of the box that you placed them in. Just because this is what you knew them to be, that doesn't mean that they're always going to be this way forever, especially if they're trying to grow. And if they're trying to grow, you can't just close the lid on that and say, no, this is what you're gonna be, this horrible person with this terrible ass attitude forever. And it's like, bro, I'm not like that no more. Like I've actually learned from things that I've gone through. I've learned from my experiences, and you can't see that because you got me placed in this box where I'm just this evil villain. You get what I'm saying?
And also, they don't know why you was in that box in the first damn place, or pursuing to know why.
And not even just they don't know why, they don't care to know why. I'm also learning that about people. And that's another thing that really frustrates me, because it's like, where's the understanding? You know what I'm saying? Like I hate that I try to be so understanding to everybody. Like, okay, well, why do you feel that way? Like, what makes you feel that way? Where is this coming from? What's the source of this feeling, or what's the source of this attitude that you have towards me? Or why, you know what I mean? Why did you feel like that was okay? And there's like no sense of understanding when it comes to me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm having a bad day, oh, you're having a bad day, you're a bitch. And it's just like, whoa, So just never mind what's making me have a bad day. Like it's just that's the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a little fucked up. Like I don't know. I've just really been kind of because when I can't understand people and like thought processes and things like that, then I just kind of go inward. Like I just stay to myself because I don't want to be a live wire and I don't want to give, fire to the people. I don't want to give the smoke to the people who don't have the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
so I'm just, I've been trying to like understand more and it's been frustrating. Like every time that I try to understand more, I get more and more frustrated because it's just like it could be easier than what it is. You know what I'm saying? It could be so much easier the way people interact with each other, the way that we understand and care about each other. It could be so much easier, but it's always one-sided. Not always, but in my life right now. I feel like every situation is just a one-sided. Like, okay, well, this is how you feel. Like right now, I think the most caring person that I've well, shit, my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like they're the only ones. They don't just like my son came up here today. He's like, "Yo, you been in the room by yourself all day. You okay? You want to talk?"
Mm,
I'm like,
baby.
"Shit, bro. I'm doing something right." That's all I could think. Like it brought me to a tear because I'm like, I'm doing something right. Because it wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, Shonda's been in her room all day. Like she ain't really been talking to nobody. It's like, why are you in here? Like, what's going on? Why do you feel this way? Are you okay? You know what I mean? It's a genuine concern there, and I feel like I'm not gonna say we need more of that. Well, obviously we do, but I feel like it's not enough of that in the world. So, or in my circle. So it's just like I'm tired of trying to understand the whys of the peoples. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I'm over it, but I know that's not healthy. That's not gonna help me in any way. To be like, you know what? I'm done trying to understand why people act and do and friendships and I'm over it. Like I'm almost to the point where it's like I'm okay. Well, not even I'm okay. I understand why being by yourself can be so peaceful.
But I'm gonna keep saying not for nothing, goddamn it.
Yeah, just
But
go for it. Shit, not for nothing.
not for nothing, even when you know why they're in the pissy mood or fucked up mood, it doesn't mean that. Oh, I'm gonna have to use an example.
Hmm.
Once or twice over since our last episode, or maybe even before that, my boss went off on me just for a little comment. And I know why she pops off on me sometimes, but at the same time, even with knowing why, it doesn't justify what the fuck she did or how she handled it.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta just recognize this person is fucked up in their situation and their response. They will not apologize for it because they think they're justified. You think you're justified, so you just gotta let there be space.
And that's
Both
it's
people
just it's just like you're just standing there like you leaning against the wall, like you pushing against the wall. It's just like, bruh, stop pushing back. Like, just talk to me. Tell me what's wrong. Why you feel that way? Because if I know why you feel that way, or even if you don't want to talk to me and tell me why you feel that way, just let me know that that's what it is. I can't understand my feelings, or I'm mad. I don't know why. Like, there's just so much that's been like the thought process of humans. I've just not been able to wrap my hand around lately, and it's so much shit like being vulnerable, opening up, shit like that. Like I'm just over having to interact with humans, bro.
But again, the main thing is sometimes it's not about you understanding the why. Sometimes it's just like they're having a moment, they're working on their shit. I need to exit. It is not my job to know what the fuck you going through
Oof.
all the time, what the hell somebody did to you so that you can put
Mm,
that shit on me just because you think that I may stick around.
oof.
Fuck that. You
Talk
have
about
your
it.
shit to work through. I already have my shit. I do not have the time, the
Hmm.
capacity. I'm not being paid in money, love, affection, etc., etc.
Hello.
Handle your shit. This is making me think of Malcolm Murray right now.
You bet. See, and I haven't watched it because I've seen how toxic that shit. I'm like, bro, if I want to see something that toxic, I don't have to turn on fucking Netflix for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to do that. So I haven't watched it, but
That movie is
I
probably a little too triggering for most people.
yeah, and it's been like from what Facebook has said, it's been triggering. I've listened to some. I've listened to people talk about it on podcasts, and I've listened to conversations about it on Clubhouse. And even the conversations like that they were saying that took place and the reasons of why this was that, it just was so triggering. Oh, it was so triggering. I was like, yeah, nah, I'll have to wait. Maybe like summertime, I'll watch it or something, because
It's a 2 hour movie of this back and forth.
that's what they were saying. Like, it's just a 2 hour. It was like it's 2 hours of just them being toxic.
Yeah, he's going on about her drug addiction. She's talking about how he used her story to make himself famous, but won't even give her a fucking thank you. Didn't allow her audition. He'll fight for everything else, kiss every person's ass he has to, but he will not fight for. To sum it all up,
Oh,
you know,
stop it! It's too toxic. I can't take it. Oh my God!
the
You
best
said
way
this
to
was who? Malcolm and Marie? Oh,
yeah,
sounds like somebody else I know.
the best way to sum it up is that James Baldwin, Nikki Giovanni conversation about
Yes.
go to everybody else's face, kiss their ass, sweet.
Yes, but when it comes to me, I gotta get the bad part of you. I gotta get the weight of the day. I can't, like, nah, I get it now. Like, lie to me. I can't lie to you. You must. Shit, I need to feel like I am something. So if I have to be them in the world, the people who beat you down every day just to get a decent side of you, then please, shit. Oh, that conversation. I'm gonna have to watch that conversation again.
I had
Whew.
you.
First of all, you know how I feel about JB. That's number one. Me and Jimmy, that's my baby.
Jimmy from the Temptations?
No, James Baldwin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
His friends called him Jimmy. And
Oh,
I believe that he and I would have been friends had I lived in his time frame.
I think
But
that thing would have been too frustrating for your life.
definitely, but like, listen, just like I said, that conversation, man, just even in the little nuances, just the way she said, "No, you must." That right there, like, that just rings off in my head because it's so true. Like, bro, I don't want to be the only one. Like, and you do it because that person is right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how come everybody else gets the effort? You know what I mean? Everybody else gets you at your 10 and I get you at your 2. You know, like, I don't, no, yeah, that movie was probably going to be way too triggering for me.
It is. It is.
Yeah. And don't get old, but I watched the trailer and let me tell you something about that John David.
Ooh. What
I'll ride up, put my little kitten right on his motherfucking face so fast. When he was, because I only watched the trailer. I only watched
baby
the trailer.
Denzel.
Exactly. He was like, well, "What do you want from me, Marie?" I was like, "Me, I want you." Like, yo, he sounded just like Denzel, bro. I'm like, Denzel, but my age group. Come here.
You the daddy.
Training day. Train me, damn it, bro. And that's like, his body type isn't even like my type, but that one part in the trailer where he was just sitting there with his shirt off, I was like, oh, look at little nipples, look, cute little nipples, like that voice. Just, what do you want from me, Marie? Shit, I'll tell you what I want, John David. Yo, he sounds just like his father, and I imagine that he acted that role well. How do you feel about his acting?
Oh, I liked it. Of course, they, one of the main things I kind of feel about, and maybe it's because I'm a dude, is because
Mm.
they damned the fuck out of everything he didn't say, but they played down the whole part about him being with her for 5 years through her drug addiction, her cheating on him, and I'm just like, and y'all gonna pretend like this is all done this so he could write a fucking screenplay? Who the fuck would go through all that with someone for a fucking screenplay in a movie?
You'd be surprised. One of the podcasts that I was listening to as they were talking about it, they were saying that he had mentioned something to the likes of like he's dated damaged girls before, and then
Yeah.
they were saying they noted how he comes from, excuse me, a family, like a privileged family, like a 2-family home. So it's like, are you dating these damaged women so that you can have something to write about?
I thought it was kind of, if I'm being honest, a predatory thing because he's an
Mm.
older man, the damaged good. He has damaged goods. Such
Wait,
a
before you go on in that, let me ask you because I know there was a discrepancy about the age difference in real life, but it does her is her character in the movie considerably younger than him?
when they met, she was 20, but they never mentioned how old Malcolm is.
Okay, because when you say like predatory and like that, it puts me in the mind state of like I'm I'm old. Like I've been, I don't want to say preyed on, but like I've been in situations where like I was dealing with older men and it was because they thought, okay, she's younger, so I can get away with the bullshit. I can, treat her kind of any way that I want and kind of mold her to what is good for me because she doesn't know any better type of thing.
But we
You
got
know
to
what I'm
remember
saying?
being a predator isn't necessarily age, it's usually dealing with money and access.
Okay, okay, okay.
Example, like if I'm somebody like my situation, I basically have a not like rich but decent amount of money. If I was to suddenly decide to do some stupid shit like hang out with 18, 19-year olds, even though I
Mm-hmm.
don't got shit, I still could technically be seen as a predator because I'm more stable than they are at that age.
Mm-hmm. You're in a yeah, okay. Well, even still, yeah. But then at the same time, when I was younger like that, like I was dating dudes who were older because of that. Like, but it wasn't necessarily like I want you to take care of me. It was just like I just want you to be able to take care of yourself, so that I can just I don't have to worry about where you gonna go, what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good. I've always been able to be good by myself. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I get
And,
where you're going though.
and then with Malcolm Marie, it's not like she was completely dependent on him. I mean, granted, Hongo, I don't think had a job, so she was definitely kept in some ways. But she also mentioned all the shit she does for him besides helping him get a screenplay and a movie together. She apparently handles all the household shit, like with them moving. She
Hmm.
she can't cook for shit, but she tries.
Like I
Um,
heard she made some terrible macaroni.
well, Zendaya doesn't cook a damn self, so what you expect? Um, it's why she's so skinny, maybe. Um,
Oh, stop it. It's Hollywood.
Well, that she's vegan or something like that. I don't know. But then again, I shouldn't say that because Chloe and Halle are vegan and they are not skinny.
Woof. Chloe, go on, girlfriend. She is bringing it out of me, baby. She is bringing it out of me. But then at the same time, it's like I'm not her age, so I can't like get away with that type of this is what it is. Like I miss being that age though. Like I miss having that freedom to be like, yep, put these ass cheeks right up here on the internet. What you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like now, if I do it, it's gonna be like, bitch, if you don't get them old ass zebra stripes out of here.
But isn't that the fucked up thing? You have only lived like what 10 or so years to like embrace your sexuality after you just discovered it, and then after
Exactly. But you know what though? Like keeping it all the way honest, like I be looking at people in their 30s and then they like first of all, like you pop like there's a lot of people that's popping in their 30s, like super popping in their 30s and didn't really start popping off until they 30. And it's like really just when you start to find yourself. Unfortunately, like back in the day, it was easier for like, our parents' generation and stuff like that for them to find themselves earlier, but for us, it's like we got so much stacked against each other, stacked up against us that we don't get a chance to like really experience the joy and the fun of being an adult, like, a functioning adult until we're in our 30s. Like I don't feel like I've reached my time yet. Like I feel like I'm probably gonna be like back popping again around 35. You know what I mean? Between 35 and 40, I'm probably gonna be one of them chicks that's like, oh dang, you 40, like you out here with it. Okay, I see you. You know what I'm saying? But it's I don't know, like I do miss being able to like, you know, explore myself and do those type of I don't want to say hoish things, but freeish things.
I get what you mean. Like I remember when
Yeah.
I was younger, I would banshee scream, even though I'm pretty sure people took it away. But just the ability to scream that loud on the street and not give a fuck is just completely robbed of me at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's certain things that I'm still like always gonna do. Like I'm always gonna be goofy just because that's me. But like
It's like
the
now
whole side
expectation.
of being sexual. Like if I was just to like I have the desire to like embrace my sexuality, like not necessarily sexuality, but to embrace me and the thing and like, just me, I guess. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like now I'm just at a point where it's like I think I'm at a point where it's gonna be less about me doing it for me and more about me doing it for the world. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you doing that so that people could look at you. You doing that for attention, and it's just like I haven't gotten to the point where I can honestly sit there and be like, nah, I'm not. Like, this is just me. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, somebody had said something about like, oh, they were joking, but they were like, if you break up with a girl, you supposed to delete her nudes, and then I commented, and I was like, send them back to her first. Because not for nothing, I would love to receive my nudes from my early 20s. Okay. Like I would love to go back at the bitch. Yes. Okay. Look at you sitting up tight. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But I can't do those type of things anymore. You know what I mean? Like I can't have those hoish stages because I'm too old. Like,
Mhm. Oh, you
but
too.
yeah,
You only 31, 32.
32. Yeah, 32. But I think it might be more just about my mentality. Like my mentality is just before I do anything else, like I'm the type of person like get the work done before you have fun. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like I've gotten enough of the work done for me to be out here trying to have whatever type of fun it is that I think I'm trying to have. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But it is what it is. I'll get there.
Hmm. Let's see if I can learn how to sing. Did you watch The Little Things?
No, I didn't watch it. I started to watch it and I got to the part where he was like, don't look at me like that. You the one that ran away for 2 weeks. When he was talking to the dog. And then
Mm.
I was like, I'm gonna come back to it.
Don't,
And I ain't come back to it yet.
don't go back. This is a trash ass movie.
Was it?
I'm gonna put it to you this way because this is what my coworker keeps hopping on. How the
Hmm.
fuck you got a gun towards somebody and yet you're the one fucking digging? Let's back that up. You even
Wait, you're holding a gun while digging.
no.
Like,
You had the gun, yet somehow the other person convinced you to be digging rather than you who has the bullets.
yeah, no, that's stupid.
And on top of that, it's Denzel. Low key, I feel like he dialed it in,
Mm,
and he's
I
just
could see. Well, I heard some mixed things. I heard that, he's just phenomenal. And then I also heard that like the other guy that he was working with was also phenomenal, but the story was just trash or the story didn't move along well.
no, because Rami Malek is dry as fuck most of his productions.
Who's that? The white Jesus?
No, that's Jared Leto who plays Joker in what is it? Justice League, Batman, whatever the fuck that thing is called.
Oh, what's that shit?
And it's like,
The only Joker I respect is Joaquin and Heath.
what about Jack Nicholson?
What, as Joker?
Yeah,
I
and
don't
they
think I've
no,
seen that one. Or I don't recall it.
talk about me and not knowing older things.
First of all, I don't know old white things. I'm sorry.
Saved by the Bell is a white thing.
It's not old though. It's
But at least give that was just a white thing.
R.I.P. Dustin. Even though I heard you was a little bit racist,
A
you
little,
still screech. You said a little? Oh gosh.
yeah. That's
All
not.
right, so what's next on the docket?
We could do Judas and the Black Messiah.
I didn't see it yet. Did it come out?
I remember I saw it at Sundance.
Oh yeah, no, don't talk about it till I see it because I do plan on watching it. Cause AJ loves some Black Panthers.
Just know there's a lot of gun violence, so you may have to explain that to her. Like it's
Oh,
kind
she listen.
of,
I watched Promising Young Woman. Is that
oh,
on the list?
no, but I watched it, so we can follow.
Yeah, so I watched that and it fucked me up because it made me have a conversation with AJ that I wasn't really ready to have.
Ooh.
So
Oh,
now
that's
she
you.
no, she wasn't watching it with me. Like she tried to. She kept coming in the room and like trying to like sit. You know how you come, you know how you go in your mama room and act like you're doing something just to see what she doing. It was like that. And then at one point, she had asked me something that was going on, and she sat through the when the girl got killed in the what was her name? Carrie? No, Cassie. Cassie, right?
The friend that got raped.
No, the friend that got raped was Nina. The girl was Cassie, right?
You let me look this up because I'm pretty sure it is, but promising.
Well, she was on the bed, and when dude, like when she had him handcuffed or whatever, and dude started suffocating her, AJ's like, wait, what's happening? Why is he doing that to her? And I had to break down what suffocating meant. So she learned what suffocating means. Now she's walking around talking about, you're suffocating me. You're suffocating me. I can't breathe when you do this. She
Yeah,
extra.
Cassie, Cassandra, whichever you prefer.
Yeah. And then I had to, she was like asking like, well, why was she there? What, like that type of thing. So I'm like, all right, so look, this is basically what happened. So I broke it down to her, and I had to like kind of I touched based on consent. And it just got to the point where she kept like asking, and I was trying to get around the whole conversation of rape. And I was just like, all right, so we're about to have a conversation that I don't know if I'm ready for you to have, but you keep asking, so I'm gonna just try to explain to you the best way that I can.
Mm.
So I was like, her friend got raped in front of a lot of people, and she's like, rape, what's that? And I was like, that is when a boy, I was like, that is when a boy, um, or a girl forces their body onto another person, and she didn't understand that. So I was like, all right, so basically he put his penis in her vagina and she didn't want him to. She was like, oh my god, what? Oh my god, why would he do that? I was like, yeah.
Oh,
So we had to have a whole conversation about consent. Well, we all, we already talked about consent. We talked about boundaries. We talked about rape. We talked about predators and pedophiles. We talked about why I always be asking her, like, anytime she say something hurt, I'm like touch you, like we had that whole conversation. And so I was like, all right. So mind you, the shit is on pause. So I'm like, can you get out so I can finish the movie? She was like, yeah. So she started walking out. She turned around and was like, mommy. I was like, what? She was like, you think when I turn 10 we could watch this? I was like, I don't know. We'll talk about it then. That's her thing. She feel like she just needs to be 10 to do big kid stuff. But I'm like, that was a loaded conversation. And I also had to tell her, like, listen, you know a lot more than the average person, the average 6-year-old. So you can't just go around using these type of terms. You get what I'm saying? Like if you identify a situation where, you know what I mean, or if you're in a situation where you can identify that these type of inappropriate things are taking place, speak on it. I said, but don't just go around talking about, do you know what rape is? Because some parents ain't ready for that shit. Like,
you wasn't ready for that shit.
I wasn't. It's like I wasn't. But every time I have a hard conversation with her about things that I'm not ready for, more so like the me not being ready is more so because she'll when she learns something, she feels it necessary for her to teach other people. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I remember once, like, we were at a party. We were at like a Super Bowl party a couple years ago. She was like 3, probably like 3, maybe 4, probably like 3, and well, maybe 4, between 3 and 4. But she's always been very well spoken and very mature for her age. So girls tend to be like, "Oh, that's my friend." Oh, she's so cute and she speaks so well and she's got good conversation. It's my friend. That's a mistake. If you call AJ her friend, she's going to think that she can talk to you how, like we cool. Like I could really share with you. So I just kept saying, "Oh, you my friend, you my friend." So she felt like in the conversation they were talking and somebody said something about their chest and she was like, "Oh yeah, no, I know. I used to drink milk from my mom's breast." And so the lady came back to me and was like, "Oh, she's so disrespectful and she be saying things that she shouldn't say, da 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 da." And she said she drank milk from your breast. And I'm like, she did. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to, was she not supposed to tell you that? Like, but from there I learned. So now it's like whenever I tell her things, it's more so about my concern is less about her understanding and more about her telling an adult or somebody else who won't understand. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I don't really have a problem keeping shit from her. She's like one of the trillest people I know. Like, yo, she gives the best advice. Like, like she like, I was singing Casanova one day, and she like, what you listening to? So I played it for her, and she asked what's a Casanova. So I gave her the urban, dictionary type of definition of like what we refer to it as, and then I gave her the origin of where that came from. So we actually looked up the dude Casanova. I can't remember his first name, but we actually looked him up and like read about him and stuff like that. So now when she walks around saying like, oh, don't be a Casanova, like she knows what the fuck she talking about. Like she's not just saying like, don't like the song says, nah, she's saying like, don't be a womanizer, don't treat people badly, like don't be having all these, like she be knowing. So it's like when I teach her, or when I have these, huh?
Who's she saying this to?
Anybody who will fucking listen. Shoot. Yes, my baby is. Listen, some of the conversations she be having with me, I be sitting there like, girl. And like, um, remember I told you my motto about happiness over love. And I don't want her to date until she knows that. Like now it's to the point where she just be um, she'd be I say something like, yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna be ready for you to date. She'd be like, no, because one day I'm gonna be ready and I'm gonna understand. I'm gonna know that I need to pick happiness always over love. She was like, even though I love you, if you're not making me happy, I need to still do what I need to do to be happy. And I'm like, there you go. There you go. She's like, yeah, because if you're not making me happy, I love you, but you could still get what she said, you could still get snipped. And she did the scissors.
Snipped.
Yeah, cut off.
Oh, I was about to say, what she cut it.
Listen, my baby, like, and it's like I'm teaching her all the things that I wish that somebody would have taught me. But even though she's six, with some of the deeper conversations that we've had, I feel it necessary, because if she knows what's going on, you can't pull a fast one over her. You know what I mean? Like she's going to be less likely to fall victim to somebody's bullshit because she already knows what's up. You know what I mean? As an adult, you can't come over there and say like, oh, well, I can touch you here. It's all right. Your mom said so. Cause she gonna be like, no, cause my mom can't even touch me here. So why would she tell you you can? You know what I mean? Like she's
Mhm.
on it. Like she don't play that shit at all. Like you can't, if she don't got clothes on, you can't come in her room. You know what I mean? Like she's, so it's like she's that way though, because I explained to her, not just telling her like putting fear in her, like, oh, this is da-da-da. No, I just let her know there's people out there, there's adults out there who look at children, in the way that people look at each other romantically, and that's not okay. And that might lead to them trying to touch you. And you need to be prepared. Not saying that this is ever going to happen to you, but in the event that it does, you need to know, what to do, what to say, and who to say it to. So, but yeah, that's where it's more so. My issue is more so about her taking something, and then how the adults around her is going to feel, which obviously it really shouldn't be my concern, because she's not, I'm not trying to raise her to make other people comfortable,
Mhm.
but just certain things, it's just like I don't feel like having certain conversations. Like she don't, since COVID, she don't be hanging out with like a whole bunch of different people or anything like that. But once she start hanging out with her friends again, it's just like I don't want parents going, hey, so AJ told my daughter that rape means, and my daughter doesn't even know what a penis is, and that type of thing. It's just be like, well, she got schooled today.
I mean, but not. Oh, damn, I'm gonna keep saying that damn word.
Not for nothing.
Half and nothing. It's like, don't they know that the parent and child is in sync? So if you can't deal with that from the parent, why do you think the child ain't gonna know something about that?
Exactly.
Just a small bit. Like with my dad, I don't know when he decided to introduce what sex was to me, but since then it was like I know what that and that is, to the point where it's like I could, what was it, when I was in late middle school, talk shit about shit I really was not supposed
Shit. And that's, look, I knew about, and that's the thing, like I knew about this shit so early. Like I remember the day that I learned what sex was. There were some older kids. We lived in an apartment complex in North Carolina. There were some older kids who went into like the woods to have sex. And I literally 6 years old, literally remember somebody yelled, ew, they put cum on a tree. And I'm like, what? what's that? And somebody just like an older kid broke it down to me. So I've always like I've known what sex was since I was young. And then once they told me what sex was, me hearing my mom and her boyfriend getting it on didn't make it any better. It just confirmed what the hell. Like it was like all of these because like one time, um, the way where we used to live in Montclair, my mom had changed like the dining room into her bedroom so that me and it was like a 1 bedroom apartment, I think. So like she changed the dining room into her bedroom. So it had like French doors. I'm guessing it was a dining room. I just remember it being French doors and it being off to the kitchen. And
Hmm.
she had put these sheets up over it so that you can't see in. But one of the sheets got caught on something so you could see at the bottom. So I remember one time I was going to see if she was awake because the door was closed and I looked at the bottom and I seen them having sex and I was like, don't know what the fuck that was. But then when I got to North Carolina and somebody explained what sex was, I was like, oh, okay, that's what I saw. You know what I'm saying? So it was like 2 + 2 = 4. Then add another two. Okay, now we got 6. So everything just came full circle. So I had always knew what it meant and what it was or whatever like that. But whenever I learned something young, I will always tell myself, like growing up, I always tell myself, if I was able to comprehend it at that age, like I'm not going to hide it you know, from my kids. Like I'm not going to act like this ain't a thing. You know what I mean? Like Amir was little, he at that age. You want to sit in his room and play with himself. I'm like, bro, do that shit. Like I don't care if you do it, just do it where nobody like in your personal space. Like you can't do that in no communal space. You can't do it in the bathroom. If you're in the shower, by all means, aim at the drain, clean up after yourself. But well, I don't, he don't got no squirt out yet. But
God.
But like and I even told him that I was like, one of these days when you hit puberty, you probably gonna have some. It's gonna be a little shock to you. I just need you to be understanding that you have to clean up after yourself because I'm not dealing with no crusty t-shirts and no crusty socks. So
You can do laundry, right?
yeah, he knows how to do laundry, and that's why I told him you gotta learn how to do laundry because you're about to hit puberty, and I'm not dealing with no crusty t-shirt and no crusty socks. You know what I mean? Like me and his father, we joke around about it, but like we be serious. And he be right there with us. Like, so if you hear us talk about it, you'll probably be like, yo, y'all some sick people thinking that we joking, but we be dead ass serious. Like AJ wanted to spend the night in his room one night. And she was like, I'm staying in Amir's room. And I'm like, you better ask Amir. And she was like, I could stay in Amir's room. And Amir kind of had this look on his face, like that look that you got on your face right now, like, I don't want to say no, but I don't want to say yeah. So now I was like, he probably don't want you to stay in there. And his dad came in and was like, yeah, he probably got plans to rub his little meat all night. And Amir bust out laughing. And I was like, he laughing because he know that's what his plan was. And he started shaking his head like, yeah, that was like,
Oh my
but you know what I mean? Like, I'm open with it. I'm upfront with it. And especially like with boys, because when I was raising aunts, when I had aunts' little cousin, we lived down south. I had actually caught him. Like I walked in on him masturbating. I'm like, bruh, we're gonna have to talk about this. But like I made him feel hella uncomfortable first. I made hella jokes, picked on him for hella days. And then finally, like, it wasn't until he told his best friend that was down there what happened. His best friend was always, coming over my house. And when his best friend came over, I was just like I don't know who brought it up, but like we talked about it, but it was like in a joking manner. But it was like a serious conversation. I told him, like, listen, all right, well, if that's what y'all gonna do, first of all, got to do this, da da da. And then they was talking about somebody in the neighborhood, one of the little girls in the neighborhood that they like was going to get she was going to fuck some dude, some
God.
other little, yeah, exactly, middle schoolers, mind you. She was going to fuck some dude, that she had liked, some little boy that she liked or whatever, and they was telling me about it, and I was telling them like, all right, so listen, I can't tell y'all, that you can and can't do something, but I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about what happens when you do it. So this is what you need to know. You know what I'm saying? And I just gave him the education on it because I like, even though I was raising Aunt's little cousin or whatever, like that's not my son, and I wasn't legally connected to him. So like I could tell you, don't do this, don't do that, but you know what I mean? Who's to say you're gonna listen? You know what I mean? And not for nothing, most of the time when you tell a kid don't do something, they're going to do it. So I'd rather just give you all the information. So we all sat down and we talk about it. That's why I was like the coolest person in the neighborhood, because like they could all come to me and talk to me literally about anything. But I feel like when you give them that space to like understand. Okay, you have somebody that you could talk to and ask these hard questions that you might not be able to ask your parents. You might not be able to, put into words or have understanding of or feel, you know what I mean? Like, well, this is me. I come with the jokes. You're gonna feel uncomfortable, but after a while, you're gonna laugh so hard that you're gonna understand, like, all right, well, I don't want to tell her, not because I'm uncomfortable about what happened, but because I know she gonna have mad jokes about it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Cause like I really was bringing it to jokes, like because AJ kept walking back there, and I'm like, Amir was sleeping on the couch, and like AJ was like one, so she was walking. Her room was next to their room, but she couldn't reach the light to turn on her light in her room, so she walked back there, and then she walked back to the front. She walked back there, she walked back to the front. So finally, I'm like, why ain't nobody? Usually somebody turn the light on for her by then. So I walk in, I put her in my room, put the TV on, I'll go back there, and this nigga got the phone. Turn my camera on. He got the phone. He like this. Ooh, other hand was going at it. I said, oh, I said, bruh, at least Clay, because he didn't know I was ready. I'm like, at least close the damn door. So he like, oh. So then after a while, like he came, he was, his embarrassment wore off a little bit. He thought he could make a trip to the bathroom. So he went to the bathroom. Then he went back to his room. And he tried to ease out to the living room. And I was like, yeah, you got that duck about you. Now you ready to come out here dancing, because Amir had woke up and was dancing in the living room. He came in trying to dance. And I said, no, don't dance now. Feeling a little light now, huh? And from there, like he's like, "You gonna tell Aunt?" I said, "I already told him. Wait for him to calm down so we can joke about it more." Shit, that was the first thing I did. Let me tell you about this little badass motherfucker. His little nasty nigga. That was the motherfucking first thing I did was tell him. And when he come home, we gonna pick on you some more. And that's exactly what we did. As soon as Aunt got home, we picked on his ass all night. He's like, man, I ain't doing nothing around you ever. I was like, all you had to do was close the door, my nigga. Like, that's it. Like, close the door. I wasn't cashing. I was like, what you was doing? Shaking dice under the covers? He was like, yeah. He stopped, thought about it, like, oh, shit. Like, yeah, exactly. Nasty nigga. But yeah, so there you go. Inappropriate conversations, kids learning about themselves, etc., etc., etc. What other movie? I didn't watch. I don't. Well, I watched Good Doctor, but I don't remember what episode I stopped on. I did. I don't know. I like the black lady, not the. Well, I like both the black lady. I just want all black people to win. Is
Jordan.
it me that, or is it What's the boy's Hill? Harper Hill? Hill Harper?
Yeah,
That's his
he'll
name. Does it look like he getting sick again?
sick again. What do you mean again?
Yeah, well, I know he beat cancer at some point, but like I was looking at him, and he kind of was like looking real thinnish.
Oh, he had a thyroid cancer?
Hmm.
Oh, this is new information.
Hmm.
Oh, he used to be on CSI New York. That's why.
That was new information to me. I'm like, I didn't know he was working like that. Okay.
He believes he inspired Aaliyah's Try Again. What is this? Was he dating?
Did he? No, he ain't. Well, I was gonna say she did date R. Kelly, so. Mm-mm.
I don't know if that counts as dating considering that situation, but
Yeah, you were absolutely right. Speak on it.
I was just taking advantage of a young girl who wanted a singing career. Sometimes I forget R. Kelly's still alive. Did you watch the Wendy Williams movie, by the way?
I did. I didn't watch the documentary after, but I did watch the movie. What did you think about it? Did you watch it?
I watched the movie and I read her book years ago.
I don't
And
think I read the book, which is odd because I was like literally a big fan of hers.
I still have, no, I gave the book away when I was in Job Corps.
Hmm.
Uh,
So yeah, what you thought about the movie?
I thought it was better than I was expecting it because after
I
hearing
agree.
about that Salt and Pepper movie, I'm like, this is gonna be trash.
I watched that too, actually.
I didn't because I heard they did Cinderella alongside a few with support them.
The way they play her, I'm not gonna say like play her out, but the way they played her role in the thing, they gave her real real just yeah, she was there. It was like that. It was a lot of like, yeah, she was there. Like, who's this? Oh, this is the new Spinderella. Like, she probably had maybe like 4 or 5 lines.
Oh, that's just all kinds of
And
different.
that might even be generous. Being generous. Yeah, that might even be being generous.
I think with the Wendy movie, what I was surprised by is she didn't dog Kevin out.
I I feel like, well, I mean, granted, like we needed, like the story was meant to go, it was like her response to what happened. You know what I mean? Like, oh, everybody wants a statement from her on the baby, and how him and the mistress, how that happened, and that relation and her relationship. And I feel like that was just her being like, all right, well, here's what you need to know. But when we talk about Wendy and like it being a biopic and about her life, I wanted to know more. I wanted to see more about her life outside of the relationship.
I feel like and this is only because I read the book, I feel like there was so much they could have went into her personal life.
Hmm.
Like they dropped so much about her mother, her relationship with her mother, with her father, and I was like,
Yeah, and I wanted to see that too.
because that transition from your mother and father being torturous, making you feel very secure about your way and all that, to what we used to see on the Wendy Williams show with her love life.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
How did this happen?
Exactly. Like, what the hell? I thought y'all had problems. Y'all was just all super happy and shit. Like, I'm so confused.
Because it's like her career, we knew her career. It's like what the TOC movies like. We lived through most of this. I want
Exactly. So
to
like,
find out something new.
exactly. Like, I definitely would have preferred more information in her life. Like it was more like I I get it though. Like I said, this was her answer to like, I'm gonna just tell you what happened in the relationship so you understand, you know, my side. You know what I mean? Like this was her opportunity to tell her side of the situation. But I don't want your side. Like, I mean, you can incorporate it in there. Like, I think a mini, what is it called? The docu series or whatever they call it. Like a
Yeah.
little series would have been better because I'm okay. Like I'm interested in knowing what happened, in your relationship and how that played a role in your professional life. But at the same time, I still want to know more about your professional life because I was a fan. You feel what I'm saying? Like I loved me some Wendy. So it's like I
Um,
don't. I want to hear more. I don't give a fuck about this Kelvin nigga. Like Kevin nigga, whatever his name is. Like I'm mad you even had to deal with him. Like move, get out the way. You fucking up the money.
ooh, speaking of fucking up the money, did you watch or hear about that Britney Spears documentary that came out like Friday, Saturday?
No, I didn't. But that would explain why I keep seeing Britney Spears all over my timeline.
I watched that shit this morning. That was not something to start my morning with.
It was bad.
It wasn't bad. It's about her conservatorship and how she got. Oh my God, it's getting me mad all over again because I used to be a big ass Britney Spears fan.
I can
Long,
tell you look like the type that be walking around screaming, "It's Britney, bitch!
I kind of fell off once she got to Give Me More because the quality went down.
Give me more, give me more."
Give me more. Anyway, so, but long
Uh-huh.
story short, it goes into how her father was basically low. He sounded like a low key dip. He was just was there for the money. That's the only reason he ever invested in her.
Mhm.
It makes him sound like he prayed to the chance where she was kind of going out of her mind because of this life that
We don't.
happened.
Hear me now.
Shut up. All right, so Britney Spears.
So, long story short, it's about an hour documentary about Britney Spears' life and how she basically set up the perfect storm to be in the position that she's in. They go into how she was a child star, how her father pretty much was an early investor in her career with the idea that eventually his daughter's going to be so rich that he'll get a boat or some shit like that. So the problem is his wife, Lynn Spears, mostly did the work, and then when she wasn't able to, they had hired some type of nanny when Britney was like 15 to watch after her because they have the daughter Jamie Lynn Spears who got pregnant around 15, 16, but that's a whole different story. Anywho,
Yeah, that one definitely caught me off guard when they announced it. I was like, ain't she like 12? Like, I didn't know white people do stuff like that.
Wasn't Super Sweet, not Super Sweet, Teen Mom out by that point? Yeah, too later.
I think it was a little bit later.
And then it was Secret Life of the American Teenager and all.
Mm-hmm.
So they go from when early pop Britney and how people would, even when she was doing like Star Search, how people ask about a boyfriend and stuff like that, rather than like what she's interested, singing wise, who's her inspirations. And they kind of paint the narrative that they so badly wanted Britney to be this innocent thing, so that when she started to become a woman, they damned her for it.
Mm-hmm.
For that, they isolated her, and whenever they had the opportunity, they would punish her for being anything beyond her perception. Like with the Justin Timberlake thing, who's a trash ass motherfucker. The more I think about it,
What do they talk about him being trash in the thing, or are you just saying he's trash just off of what you?
No, they pushed the idea that when it came to him and her and Justin breaking up, how his whole what is that song, Cry Me a River, came out, and he
that was the shit.
How he used to at the jump off.
Cry me, cry me.
How he used
Bridges were burned, now it's your turn to cry me a river.
Anyway.
Cry me. Shit, that's still in rotation to this day.
When fuckboys get their feelings hurt.
No, that was not like all jokes aside. That was a really good song.
It was a good video too.
Whatever. The video, see, because remember when around the time that it came out, before like, I ain't gonna say before, but like, if you didn't have like money, then you didn't really have MP3 players and shit like that. So you have to watch the video on TV, right? Then you have to like do the rewind and shit like that. So I'd always want to hear the song, but I'd have to watch the whole video. Like I have to watch the video with it. I could have did without the video, except for Timbaland. Like Timbaland always is so cool. Like, but no, I mean the video. Yeah, you're right. The video was kind of cool. He was chasing behind her and almost touching her and shit. That was kind of cool. Yeah, you're right.
But it's also kind of weirdly stalkery.
It was.
In retrospect.
It was. You're right. But cry me.
Take a shower and shit. Well, y'all in a relationship, or what is this in your head? Help me out with this storyline.
I don't know. But so did they touch base on that too?
Oh, about her possibly cheating on him?
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
This
I
is
didn't
white
know
people
much
drama
about their relationship except for they wore jeans to the VMAs and that she broke his heart, or that he made a song saying that she broke his heart. That's pretty much all I knew.
Yeah, but I mean, she didn't confirm or deny. But at the same time, when you learn about conservatorship and how the situation is, it's like, this is so trash. Because what triggered it was, her and Kevin Federline got 2 kids together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what triggered her having that whole meltdown was the fact that the paparazzi caught her on a night where Kevin refused to let her see her kids.
Mm.
So, and of course, her kids were her everything, because the way they make Britney pan out is like, she didn't really have friends when it came to family and all that. She didn't know who was there for the money, who was there for her. So the kids were the only like pure relationship she had.
Mm-hmm.
Getting cut off from them was losing her mind. And then, of course, the whole issue of when they try to show that Britney Spears had a lot of control over her performance, but when it came to life, they slowly slipped away more and more. So as it started to affect her career and people touching her hair, touching her, expecting things from her, like with the paparazzi, going from like a cordial relationship to them being overly aggressive, and her head off because it's like when you're military, one less thing to grab at. Her not being able to see her kids, being labeled a bad mom for doing a lot of shit that, if she wasn't famous, would probably seem really normal.
I could believe it.
So all that led to her breakdown, which, depending on how you look at it, might not have been a breakdown as much as her father seeing an opportunity and taking it.
Mm-hmm.
And thus she ended up in a conservatorship where he controls who she gets to be around, he controls her finances, he controls all of her assets.
Mm.
And yet, as they keep saying in the documentary, yet she's able to do world tours, do X Factor, have a Las Vegas residency, yet For some reason, she needs some dude controlling her life. That's her father that she doesn't even have much of a relationship with.
And that would be my problem right there. Like, bro, I don't even fuck with you like that.
And on top of that, she can't even change who a conservative is. Her conservative is because it's court ordered. So she basically has no legal. Well, she can try to like appeal it and try to change it, but the fact of the matter is, if the courts don't think she's all there, she can't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which is extremely terrifying when you think about it. That just because you're having a moment and it's very public and people can have their little perceptions, somebody can take over your life.
Yeah.
And that's why she doesn't work as much as she used to, because this is her only means of protesting. Because for them to make money off of her, and they even said her former lawyer considered her like, they said it went from a conservatorship to like some type of business now, which is not supposed to be. And it's like, aim not only for her lawyer to try to get out of this shit, but also for her dad's lawyer to keep her in the shit. So it's really fucked up when you think about it.
Yeah, just see, don't. It's one of them things where you just be like, it's too much. It's just too much. Like, y'all got me fucked up. I hope she gets that shit together though.
And then people like to point out her Instagrams where it makes it seem like she's calling for help and everything. I'm just like, this is a lot. Cryptic messages too. It's just this poor baby. Oh my god, all that's left is Ready to Love and Euphoria.
Alright. Euphoria is back, or are you talking about the Jules episode?
The Jules episode.
Didn't watch it. I don't even think I finished the what you call it episode once I realized that they weren't actual like episodes to like start the season. It was just like, oh no, I don't want no in between. Don't give me no piece of meat to hold me over, bitch. Give me the whole thing.
But it helps make so much sense of what happened. It's like part recap, but also part like moving forward. It's setting the foundation for season 2.
All right, so maybe I'll watch it when I'm in an emotionally stable place.
Oh yeah, you need that because Jules is literally in a therapy session throughout the whole episode.
Yeah, nah, nope.
He's not for me.
And Ready to Love. What? We talking about reunion take 2?
Take 2. I wish I was able to do both clubhouses, but I was only able to get to one that had Adriana and.
Is that the one you pinged me to?
I tried to ping you. I texted you like you told me to, but
no, I know you had pinged me to one of them, and I definitely tuned in, and I was like, okay, y'all annoying.
But Simone was just all types of fun, kind of messy.
Yeah, Simone is very. She was giving very much. I don't know. She just was doing a lot for me.
I feel like
she was doing a lot, and it was her name, Adriana. She was like not doing enough.
I feel like Adriana. Then with the whole it was edited thing, I get it, but it's like, but you said what you said though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they can fix this show without like killing the premise.
What? Oh, Ready to Love.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think this season was just not. This season wasn't as good as the first season.
I think they need, if you're gonna keep nephew Tommy, get him somebody that's a therapist, somebody who doesn't just have a relationship experience, but who is an actual doctor who studied shit.
Yeah, because sometimes when he be talking, that should just be like, sir, if you don't get your grown fuckboy ass out of here, like you don't get your married fuckboy ass out of here. Like I see that you trying and you in the right area, and because you've been married a little while, you feel like you can you know a little something, and you do, but you can't fix these niggas. And then some of the advice he would be giving them would be like, bruh, don't do that shit. That's not there's a better way to do that. But and then the way they described it in Clubhouse, yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I enjoyed watching this season, because I like the drama, but
At some point, it feels exploitive.
yeah,
This is like people
yeah,
said, there's no reason Denise should have been on this.
I agree. I don't feel like she was
She wasn't ready to love. She wasn't ready
okay.
to date. She
I feel
wasn't.
like I said that before, and you was like, I think that she was fine. And I'm like, I think we had like differing views on Denise at one point, but I'm like, Denise seemed like she still, she needs, yeah, she got some healing to do. And ain't nothing wrong with that because we all got healing to do. But for her to have been single for 19 years, it's like, what was you doing for 19 years? Because you wasn't working on yourself.
I feel like he just drowned himself in work.
Yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that
But like
because
how Anthony did, he wasn't focused on love. He was maybe looking to smash every now and again to get the edge off, but otherwise, he was trying to get into his football career.
Anthony's the one with the dreads that was with Winter.
That went to drop like a hot potato.
Oh, child. Winter was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm here because I got to be because all y'all niggas is trash.
And at the end of the reunion, she just walked off. There was no hugging from her. She's like, how do I leave this fucking building?
And I ain't mad at her. Like, bruh, not for nothing. It like really it gives you like a limited view of hope. Like, bruh, you mean to tell me that after 40, y'all niggas is still fuck boys?
Yo, and let's not forget
Talking
Joy.
about some she left a note on my door. Man, fuck your door. Shit. Talking about, we gotta talk. As soon as we land, you hit me with the we gotta talk. You couldn't say the shit on the plane.
He couldn't escape on the plane if someone.
Ew, but that's the thing. Like you just sat there spending all of this time talking about how this is wonderful, and I'm this type of person, and I look forward to being with you. I can see myself with you, and then all of a sudden your ex show up, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and be with her. And then when she said he was still sending me scriptures and shit, if you don't get, but God said, remove your damn seat from my table, bitch. I swear, niggas really be like that. Like I had this one dude I was like head over heels for a little minute. The dude that used to cook me breakfast on my lunch break and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And when that nigga went back to his ex girl, and he was still send me messages like, "Oh, I'm just checking on you. I miss you." Don't miss me, ho. You made your bed. Go on now. Don't pray for me. Got enough prayer warriors over here. Fuck out of here. No, I don't like that shit. Niggas be toxic, bro. Niggas be so toxic. And not for nothing, it was disappointing when she said that he was still like sending her stuff and and that whole there's somebody for you out there. My nigga, don't give me no pep talk speech after you done broke my damn heart. After you done told me you going back to your raggedy ass past. And you want to tell me about what's in my future? Suck a dick.
Yeah, he sent her Gilbert and Bible scriptures afterwards.
Yeah, like that shit is toxic. Like the way she was describing his actions after like that shit happened, it was just like, bro. And I know that sometimes men think that they being helpful when they do that. Don't. You don't gotta wish me well. You don't gotta. There's somebody for you out there, bitch. I know. And now that I know it's not you, you need to move. And stop stealing my data by sending me these damn scriptures. I got a Bible.
Yeah,
they Simone, and then Simone was talking about in the clubhouse, she was talking about she was dating who?
Let's see. Rashid and Simone have talked.
Yeah, Rashid. Oh, whoa. Rashid's skin.
I heard from Twitter that was allergic reaction to something. What exactly does all that? I do not know.
I hope it was because it looked really bad.
Oh,
and then I had to go back and watch a couple of episodes. Like, was he wearing makeup then or what?
My thing is the way they was talking is like production controls your dates and tries to set your narrative for you.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. How's that like? And then we're expected to believe that this is quote unquote reality.
Yeah, because that was kind of weird. Like, so if the writers, whatever, decide they want to ship you with somebody, if somebody else wants to get with you, they have to make extra effort just to see you.
Like, I gotta fight around. Like, I gotta meet you. I gotta, I'm not for it.
Anywho, so you got a recommendation?
Do I ever?
I love asking the question anyway.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have a recommendation.
You know what the next question gonna be, right?
Quote.
You?
Don't have a quote. I don't be coming prepared, nigga. I just show up.
I'm stuck between two quotes, but I
Well, then
don't.
read both of them and throw one over here. Put my
Okay.
name on one of them.
So I think the first quote I'll keep is mine because it tickles me a little bit. So it's from the book "The Sun is Also a Star." There's a Japanese phrase that I like, "Koi no yokan." It doesn't mean love at first sight. It's closer to love at second sight. It's the feeling when you meet someone that you're going to fall in love with them. Maybe you don't love them right away, but it's inevitable that you will. Cute little
Yeah,
quote.
fuck all of that shit. Shit's overrated.
Oh, my Black Jesus.
It is, but go ahead.
And then the one I'm going to give for you, I'm stuck between two quotes. I don't know which one to give you.
Bro, pick one.
I'll do this one. This is from Peace from Broken Pieces by Ayanna Van Zandt.
I need to reread that. I haven't read that in a while.
It's a beautiful book.
It is. It really is.
For a moment, I entertained the notion of feeling sorry for him and making excuses for him. After 5 minutes of that train of thought, I slapped back into reality. My friend Sharia reminded me that there comes a point where a person's psychosocial history is of little or no consequence. There comes a moment when you simply have to say no to their behavior, their attitude, and whatever else it is that they do that causes you harm.
Yes.
I'm going to do the other one just because I want to.
Go for it.
We must learn not to give up when requirements are not met or when commitments are broken. To do so is a refusal to allow mistakes to be corrected and a demonstration of an unwillingness to forgive yourself or anyone else who needs forgiveness. And that's it for us.
Yep. In short, fuck these hoes.
Oh, my Black Jesus. And
Yeah.
Whip the free kings on the side.
A sprinkle of Jesus with the kings on the side. Well, that was fun.
I'm still processing, so excuse me.
You always processing.
No, because I'm dead ass. When I wake up before I go to bed, Saturday is always analyzed.
Yeah, it's been an interesting time for me as well. I feel like I've been doing a lot of processing my damn self. I've been doing a lot of processing, and you get to that space where you like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just clean up everything. So I've been doing a lot of cleaning, a lot of laundry, a lot of folding, a lot of reorganizing. But it's cool.
Are you sure, buddy? You need me to turn off the recording part for you?
Yeah, no, I'm good. If you're looking for us, you know where to find us. You know where to find me, Shonda Nicole 1, across all platforms. What about you, Amari?
Wherever you look, you'll find wherever I look.
I see what you did there.
I remember how it goes.
All right, it's been a pleasure, guys. Tune in, tell a friend.
And next time you see us, oh yeah, they'll be after my brother's wedding.
So
that's gonna be fun.
You're gonna have some stories.
So yeah, because next time we record will be. Oh, we could extend it like we did this time so that I have something to say.
That's fine.
Yep, so probably next time you hear from us will be in the beginning of March.
Yeah, so march your ass back over here so you can hear what we got to say about this wedding.
I'm just hoping it's not ghetto.
Low key, I hope it is, because you're really fun when you're a little bit judgmental.
I'm not trying, but dead ass, how the fuck were they having all this? I feel like I was low key tricked into a $20 situation.
Oh gosh. Oh god. All right, yo, March. Tell us in March. Be safe, y'all.
You be safe. Don't forget yourself.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've included myself in the y'all, but okay.
Have a good sleep.
Yeah, I'm about to go get some weed from a friend.
Ooh, never mind.